Everybody's been kind of pointing toward the scrimmage. What did you see out of your offense today?
Overall, the scrimmage, anytime going against to establish a couple drives, move the ball. Obviously, they had their amount. Just pleased with the fact that our guys came out and they competed. And not only did you see them competing against the defense, but you saw competition at each position. Guys battling really working hard.
Coach, I know tempo has been a priority for the offense this spring. How are you pleased with tempo?
Look at the film to truly evaluate. Took more ownership of tempo today, and that was a point of emphasis. And the first time we were able to get off the field. Obviously, when you're in practice and everything is controlled and scripted, it's a little bit harder to play with tempo. But I thought the tempo and the intensity in between plays was where it needed to be today. And obviously, still going to be some opportunities to improve, but overall, I was pleased with the tempo.
Did you see what you needed to see out of the quarterbacks?
They were competing today, man. All four of them made some plays. Kelly was making some plays. You can see that obviously he's the elder statesman, and so you can see that there's some things situationally that he has a little bit more experience with. But then you see those young guys get into their talented and they make some plays.
We talked to Travis the other day. He said his main goal coming in the spring was working on his pass blocking. After the first scrimmage, how have you seen him improve so far?
Good question. Today, Travis, is going to learn from today's practice. He had an opportunity where he missed a couple, and we had some complicated stuff that Brent was doing that we prepared for. But you got to be fully locked in. You got to be in tune. You got to see the big picture. And there were a couple of times where he got caught, not quite having that attention to detail. What the thing I like about it though is that he was hard on himself. And that proves to me that what you said, he is serious about improving there. And we're just going to get on the film tomorrow. We're going to learn from it. We're going to flush it. We're going to come back and try and improve in the next scrimmage.
How many quarterbacks saw reps with the runs?
I want to say Streeter had all of them in there, and we talked about it prior to practice. Now, when I'm out there, I don't even know what group's on. I'm trying to go fast because, again, tempo really starts with me. Being able to get the calls in as fast as I can, process the situation. But I do remember seeing all of them at least in there with one roll with the first team.
Is anybody starting to close that gap on Kelly, or is he still just that far out front?
I think Hunter and Chase is doing well, and Trevor, he's getting better every single day. So I think that Kelly feels that those guys are on his heels. Now, obviously, he's still the guy, still the most veteran guy. Like I said, he handles some situations a little bit better, than the younger guys because he's got the experience. But I believe that he feels that those guys are coming, and actually is pushing him because I thought he had a good day too.
Tavion's lost a little bit of weight. Are you seeing a little extra burst out of him?
That was something that we talked about, and obviously, Tavion's naturally going to be a big guy. But what we really want to focus on is just his body composition and making sure that if he's 220 to 225 pounds, it's the right makeup of his body, that he's got it where it needs to be. And I think that he's taking some ownership. I'm starting to see him really engage with the nutrition staff, with the chef to make sure he's eating the right things. And we are starting to see that his wind is better. He's being a little bit more explosive as well.
Tony, when last year did you realize that he wasn't at the optimal sort of body composition?
I don't know if it was last year as much as when we got back and just looking at him as we went into mat drills. You could see that he was carrying a little bit of body fat that he probably didn't need to carry. And again, part of that is you're done playing. The season's over, and now you have a little bit of downtime, not quite as active going into in the winter conditioning, and then also mat drills. So it was really we made the decision once we got back in February and got with him on the field in mat drills, and saw that we could take an opportunity to try and streamline his body a little bit more. I don't want him to be skinny. I don't want him to lose too much weight, but what I want him to do is just try and find that optimal balance. That's something I'm doing with all of them. Same thing with Choice. Choice his weight has actually gone up. He's 220 pounds, but what he's done is he's created the right mixture of what he needs to have in terms of pure muscle mass and body fat.
Would you say right now that Tavion maybe still is the leader there of that group as far as, if there was a game tomorrow?
I'd say he might have a slight lead, but I think that the guys are closing the gap. Travis is improving. I think Choice has had his best spring since he's been here. His confidence is at a high level, kind of like how he finished the season. I thought Choice finished with the right mental disposition. I think he's carried it in the spring, and so I'd say yes, Tavion will probably be the first one to run out there, but it's not quite as big a gap as it might have been.
How much are you guys working on the passing game? Are you guys working hard on the downfield passing game? Anything different that you guys learned from your film study from last year?
A lot of it is And that's something that we talked about. We didn't quite have the success down the field, and it wasn't any one individual. You know, sometimes the throw was a little bit underthrown, and the receiver didn't make the play, or the ball was put where it needed to be, and then we dropped the ball, or we have it open, the quarterback doesn't get a chance to throw it. So there are a lot of things. So we've done a lot of self-evaluation, and part of it is you just got to give those guys opportunities. T's a guy that can stretch the field, but he's got to get opportunities to get better. I think that sometimes they get some unfair comparisons to Mike, but when Mike was a young guy, he wasn't quite as good as he was when he was an older guy because of experience and time. So yes, we're trying to push the ball down the field, really just trying to get back to the core in the spring of what we do, and then obviously when we get into the season, we'll put the whole package in, and then we'll have game plan specific stuff each week.
How did the tight ends look today?
I thought they did a good job. Those guys, they got a hard job. They got to make all the adjustments in the box, run it in the run game. They got to make the adjustments in formations. They got to do a good job. So I thought that they had a good day. Obviously, for those guys, it's tough when you got so many skilled guys and you're trying to distribute the ball. But overall, I've been pleased with their progress.
What do you think you did well today, and what do you think you need to work on?
I thought that tempo was much improved. I thought we played a lot faster today. I thought that for the most part, we didn't lose to ourselves. We had some opportunities where we could have done better. We had some procedural issues. We had a couple balls that competitive plays that I thought we could have came down with. But overall, I thought that the mental focus was there, the competition was there, the tempo was there, and the things that as a coach you're always never going to be satisfied. But the things really for us can be corrected.
What are you seeing out of these mid-year enrollees, and do any of them kind of stand out so far?
Jackson Carmen is a guy I think we all knew we had in Jackson, and obviously he's another guy that's working to kind of shape his body the way it needs to be. But he's competitive, he's tough, he can move guys. Obviously Trevor is getting better every single day. And the thing that you have to respect about him is he just always looks poised. He never really gets rattled. You've seen other quarterbacks in their first spring ball sometimes seem overwhelmed. I just haven't quite seen that yet. And again, we've gone a little bit slower with the installation, but credit to him and the way that he prepares, that he doesn't look rattled, and his arm is as advertised. And what I saw today that he did good is, man, he ran. He ran a couple of plays, took off and run, and guys weren't able to catch him. So I think people are going to underestimate his ability to run. Who else we got?
Darian Kendrick.
He's, as I said, and Jeff kind of beat me up the last time when I made the comparison to Sammy. What I was saying is that he just has that suddenness, like Sammy, you just saw that move at a different gear. For him, he started off really, really strong, and I think as the installation, started to mount, he's still playing fast, but you're seeing that it's taking him a little bit longer to process everything. But he's competitive, he's tough, and he can stretch the field as well. And we were able to actually get some balls in the air and let him make some plays down the field today.
Are you surprised at all that Trevor was able to make plays with his legs, or did you know that he?
I knew that he was a really, really good athlete, and obviously, but you don't know how fast the guy is until he's on your practice field and he's running against your competition that you see every day. And he was able to pull away from some guys, and he just got a natural presence, and a lot of things that we don't get to be at every game. We don't get to watch him practice. We get to go one time, maybe twice in the spring. But just his composure and just his pocket awareness is something that's really, really caught my attention.